Okay. Hi, everyone. It's been a while, I feel like, since I've done a Zoom. My name's Jackie Wilson. I know that there might be some new faces on here, so I was just like to give like my really quick story. Um, I feel like I've been through almost every stage in this business. I've been in the business for 6.5 years, so since May of 2014. And I've gone through like almost every stage where when I started this, I didn't have kids. And so I had just got my master's degree, I just got married, and I was in a corporate job. And so I was traveling all over Florida, like in my car, for my corporate job, because I was supposed to go to doctor's offices all over basically South and Central Florida for my job. And so I was always in the car. And I was asked to do this January of 2014 by a friend that I actually knew in real life. And I kind of ignored her for a little bit, right? I like kind of ghosted her because I'm really weird about like saying no. I felt so bad. I was like, I don't want to say no to her. She's so nice, but I'm not interested. I was that skeptic person, that is like, this isn't real. This is a scam. That was me. I didn't say that out loud, but like in my head. And so then I think like 2 months later, I just sent her like a really nice email. We emailed back then and just told her, like, I don't have time. This isn't for me. I'm an introvert. I just got my master's degree, work in corporate America. That's where I'm going. And she was like, okay. But she kept posting on Facebook. So if she hadn't, first of all, if she hadn't asked me, I don't even know if I would have known what she was doing, even though I said no to her. And second of all, she just kept posting and I kept watching her and she kept talking about the greens over and over again, how she loved these greens. And my background is health administration and I love healthcare and nutrition. And so I kept seeing these greens and I was like, all right, like what the heck is she talking about? And then she was talking about how she was making, enough money to like pay part of her mortgage off and stuff. And even though I had a really great job, like really great job for how old I was, but at the same time, gosh, you guys, I just hated like I just was that person that dreaded like Sundays, like you dread the week. Like I couldn't even enjoy my weekend because I just dreaded it so much. And then, you make like those funny jokes about ha ha ha, almost Friday. Like I just didn't want to be stuck in that anymore. And I'll be honest, like I did not think this would be my full-time thing when I first started, but I I kind of started seeing once I did jump in, right? So it took me 6 months of watching her. 6 months of watching her. So if you've been in this and you're like, what the heck? I'm doing all these things and no one's signing up or whatever it is, or maybe you're new and you've put in like a few weeks of effort. That's cool. That's awesome. Keep going. But if she wouldn't have kept putting it out there and kept being excited about it, even though I know her very well and she is a very nervous person, she's just as introverted as I was, but you wouldn't have really known it from her posts. She was trying to really be very excited and confident in her posts, even though I know probably inside she was so scared, right? That's exactly how I was. And so I had this like moment of like breakdown before I had to leave for a business trip. I think it was like a Friday. And I like was crying on the couch to Glenn. I was like, I just don't know if I can do this. And I hate being away from you. And I'd have to like stay in hotels, you guys. I'd have to stay like over the weekend. Like it was just a lot. Like there was a lot going on. So I was like, what if I could just make a little bit of money and pay down my student loan debt? Like that's kind of all I let myself dream at first. Right. And so I jumped in, got on the team page, and I saw these people that were making like real incomes because I'll be honest, like I only ever knew people that made like, like 25 bucks extra a month or like something like that. Like it wasn't real money, right? And so it was real money, but you know what I mean? It's like to me, like that wasn't enough. And so when I saw these people that were like making this real money, I was like, okay, well, my mindset is if they can do it, why not me? I try not to ever let, someone's success, because I know someone in the business who joined at the same exact time as me, who got to ambassador diamond faster than me. And she's amazing and I love her and we're still really close friends. But if I would have like had that comparison mode, first of all, like this all ties into signing distributors, I promise, because signing distributors is all about mindset, all about your mindset. And so if I would have had that comparison mode, which I know is so easy to do, it's easy to be like, oh my gosh, she signed a customer, she signed a distributor, I haven't signed it, whatever, then I wouldn't be here. Okay. So all I did, this was my secret. I was so scared. I was the person that like didn't even want to make a decision unless someone else like confirmed that my decision was like a good decision. That's how like like unconfident I was, you guys. I just saw these people that were making real money and I just started telling other people, look, these girls, like they're real and they're making real money. And if they can do it, then I can do it too. And like, let's do this. And I just got so excited. And that's what I told everyone. I didn't have a story. I wasn't an ambassador diamond, like still not. Like, I didn't even have, it wasn't even promoted. And I know I shared on the Millionaire Mindset page the other day, my little dream board or whatever, my little board. I was like 19 days in. I hadn't promoted yet. I'd probably barely signed anyone up. Okay. And so I just started to just dream really big. And I still was so unconfident, but I said, like, if these people can do it and I'm watching them, I'm like, I can do this too. Right. And so I just started telling everyone. And back then, messaging wasn't really like a thing. Back then, it was all parties and like blitzing, which is like you go out and talk to people. You guys, I'm such an introvert. I'm like, I have to talk to people in real life. And so I was like, okay, well, what if I just message the people, right? And at the time, I think Jade Hooper had started to do it a little bit, but I didn't even really know who she was. I had to just make up my own script. I know y'all have all these scripts and they're awesome. Like make them your own, use them, make them your own. But my script was awful, you guys. And Pam Souter once said, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So even though my script was like really long and like drawn out and like way too much, I was just like, I'm just going to ask everyone. I don't know what else to do. I'm just going to ask them all. And so that's what I did. And I ended up getting to Ruby in a month and a half by just being excited. I did try the wrap. We didn't have like the amazing coffee and all the things that we have now. We didn't have any of that. Okay. So you guys have such an advantage. But we had the wrap, which I totally thought like was something from an infomercial. Just being honest, I told my enroller that I would not even talk about the wraps because I was like, I can't sell that. But I tried one and it worked. Go figure. And so I was in such disbelief that those things worked, you guys, that I just was like, I can't even believe this. I would just tell it to everyone. Like I tried this thing and I can't even believe it. It actually works. And I think that just made people feel more comfortable. They were like, what do you mean it really works? And I'm like, I swear I tried it. Like I saw results and I had my before and after photo. So if you don't have one of those, have one of those. All of that ties into signing distributors, right? And so anyway, blah, 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 blah. Got to Ruby in a month and a half. I watched people go diamond in like 1 month, 3 months. I did not go diamond in 1 month or 3 months. We had a bonus and I kept telling everyone, kept posting about it on Facebook, how I was going to go diamond in 3 months and get this big bonus. I know at least one person that thought I actually got to the diamond bonus because I talked about it so dang much, but I never actually got that diamond bonus. And that's okay. But I did sign up a lot of people along the way. And you want to know why? Because I was casting that vision and I was being excited about something more. That's the whole thing. You could be a distributor level and sign 1 million distributors. They don't care necessarily about how much you're making. They really don't. They just want to know that you are excited about where you're going. So when you're posting, especially, the more that you can talk about where you are going, the farther that you are going to get. And it's funny because I feel like when I got to a higher level, I kind of started talking about my story and I didn't keep talking about where I was going. And it honestly held me back a lot, right? Because like I ended up quitting my job in a year. I went triple. I quit my job and a month later went triple. So 13 months in, went triple. And I feel like I like accomplished all these things and I stopped talking about that one piece and that really held me back. So keep talking about where you're going. You have such an advantage of not even being there yet. Like I know that sounds weird, but you have such an advantage. People saw that I was working and doing this at the same time and that I was excited about where I was going. It's like a triple threat. Like they were like, "Oh my gosh, like you could do that and work and do all the things." And I'm like, "Yeah." Like I embraced it. I don't know if I even really ever said that I was going to quit my job because I think my full-time job could see my Facebook and Instagram. So I was like, I don't want to like get fired, but I was just excited about where I was going and the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to pay off debt. I kept saying I was going to like pay for a UK vacation in cash, which we haven't done yet. It's been 6.5 years, but now COVID, we will. But I just had these visions and I just kept talking about them, even though there's no way that I would have known that anything would have happened. There's just no way to know that. There's no way to know, right? There's like no crystal ball that you can like bring out and be like, Jackie's going to go triple in a year. But I just knew that if I kept working and kept putting the work in, that it was going to happen. Okay. So long story short, Then I had my son. So I've been in this when I was working full time and had no kids. I've been in this when I was pregnant for the first time, when I had a child for the first time, which if you've ever had a child is a whirlwind, right? Going from having 0 children to a child is a whirlwind, let alone trying to like make a business work, right? And I've had to do a lot of growth and a lot of growing along the way, even after I was a triple. So you're always going to do that. Never stop doing it, because that is what is going to sign you the distributors. The more that you think that you're going to sign people, that people need to be on your team, that you need to help them, that you have your dream board. I have mine like right in front of my face up here. The more people that you're going to sign up, right? The more that you think, oh my gosh, like this person just said no. What if no one else says yes? Like when you're in that, like you almost, whenever you feel that, do you ever feel like you're like tight, right? You're just like this tight feeling. That's not abundance. Abundance says that every single person on here can sign 100 distributors this month, because there's enough people, more than enough people in the world for us all to sign all the people. So that abundance mindset of knowing there are more than enough people out there to be on all of our teams. All of us can be Black Diamond. There's no saturation, people's saturation. There's no saturation. It's impossible. There's so many people out there. Okay. So anyway, here I am pregnant with my second one. So it's been a whirlwind, and I've signed more people this year than I have any other year in the business. I was not a mass enroller on the way to triple. So I'll just say that. The more people that you can help, the better. So I always go for doubling or tripling my steps to success, because I want to help as many people as I can, right? So when I started this messaging, that was what I did. I just messaged everyone, and I can give you my script, whatever. I'm sure you guys have all the scripts, but it's just simple. I just keep it simple. And when I was new, it was just like, oh my gosh, like these girls are doing this thing and they're getting all their whatever, quitting their full-time jobs. It's insane. I'm so excited to be a part of this. Do you need extra income? It's just be yourself and just be real. They can tell when you're not. And I remember, I think it was like my first green carpet, that Joel Dunn was saying something about a numbers game. And I'm like partially green, where I like the numbers. I like to like know, like a lot of things in this business are very black and white, right? Like you do the work, you get paid for it. You go to the gym every day, you're going to see results, like it's a very black and white concept. And so I like that kind of stuff. And so I was like, okay, Joel Dunn, who is number whatever, I think he was number 2 at the time. They were number 2. But he's just saying to ask as many people as possible and get to everyone you could possibly get your hands on, and just ask them, because the more people that you ask, the faster you're going to get to yes. And so literally that's always really been my goal. That's like all I do. I do a lot of self-development. I at the time it was like YouTube videos, because I was driving in the car, like sometimes be like 8 hours of driving for the day. And so I couldn't obviously be on my phone posting and working while I'm driving, because that'd be a little dangerous. And so I would just listen to YouTube videos, and I grew my mindset so much. And I wasn't thinking about the past. I wasn't thinking about what everyone else was doing. Well, if anything, I was letting it fuel me, right? I was just getting the tips from these people and putting them into action, right? So I was like listening to the tips, but I wasn't just listening and consuming. I was listening and putting it into action. It's so important, you guys, because I hear so many people say, I listen to all these YouTube videos and nothing's happening. And I'm like, I know, because you have to actually do the things that they're telling you to do. And that's when it happens, right? And it's good to get the tips, because if I wouldn't have listened to this one YouTube video, October of last year, from Brittany Hayes, she was talking about distributor host to post. It was like 5 a.m. If I wouldn't have listened to that video, then I wouldn't have ever tried distributor host to post. I'd done host to post before, whatever, was never consistent with it, and it didn't work, whatever. And so I heard her talk about it, and I was like, I'm ready. Like I'm ready to sign more than just my steps to success. I'm ready to like go for it, and consistently. And so I started trying that last October, and our team, it was just my team, and we would do like a $50 giveaway for the entire month. It wasn't anything big. It really doesn't matter like what the heck you're doing. People just want to be a part of it. And so I would just distributor host to post, and still I'm very focused on distributor host to post a lot. I personally just get more people commenting on my distributor host posts than my product ones. And everyone's different. Everyone has different, whatever you get more comments on, do more of that, because it's just all about bringing them into your network. However you can get them into your network, that's what host to post does. It's bringing them into your network, right? If they're wanting, and if someone's wanting to enter into a giveaway, you guys, guess what? They want extra income because they're entering into your giveaway. So make sure you're asking the people that are posting for you too. But host to post is incredible. It's not hard. It's just like a different concept. And I didn't have anyone, like I said, I watched a video and literally would pause it and write down her scripts. And she like showed her picture really quick. At the time she used pictures. I don't use a photo anymore, but um, like I literally, I went for it, you guys. You have to realize that this is a business and you have to like put on your like big girl and boy pants and like have accountability and realize if you want a business to work, you have to figure it out. You have to be a problem solver. And I realize I'm maybe a little bit more green and like going to find things more than other people, but you have to be that person that goes out to find it, to go out to figure it out or ask. So host to post has been incredible. It's so simple. I think it's so simple. Literally asking someone to post, they post for me, and I message the people that comment. And I know that they're interested in extra income because they're telling me that they are. Okay. So keeping it simple that way. But something that I heard from one of my leaders when I was new, they were talking about putting all your fishing poles out there. So what they were saying, it probably came from Lori, whatever. I knew who Lori was. I watched all her videos. She didn't know who I was. It's fine. So putting all your fishing poles out there, trying everything. Granted, make sure that if something's working for you, put more energy into that, right? I put more energy into host to post because it's working for me. However, Lori challenged a few of us to message 50 people every single day this month, 50 new people every day this month, and ask them to join our business. And I've asked 50 people every single day this month to join my business. Okay. And I haven't signed any of those people. That group of people, I haven't signed any of them yet. There's a really good Jade Hooper video. I should give it to my team, but I should put it in the Millionaire Mindset page. But she was talking about how when she was brand new, how she was working, I don't even know how many hours a day. And her paychecks were like this. And her husband was like, why are you doing all this work when nothing's happening? And she's like, don't worry about it. Something's going to happen. Because she was putting all of that work in. And so sometimes it feels like you're putting all this work in and nothing's happening. And I when I heard that today, I felt that because I was like, dang, I've messaged 50 new people every day this month, and none of those new people have signed yet. Okay, but I'm planting the seed. When you put the seed in the ground, a tree doesn't pop up right away. You have to plant the seed, right? It took me 6 months to join. So I'm doing host to post. I'm messaging people. Y'all, I'm on TikTok. I'm an introvert. I like tried TikTok earlier this year and I gave up on it because videos are scary to me and they're not my thing. But you know what? I'm doing TikToks every day. And someone commented on my TikTok finally today. Opportunity, got one person. You know what? It made me so happy that one person, I don't know, she'll ever answer me back. And it doesn't matter. It made me so happy that one person was like, opportunity. And I'm like, yes, it's working. It's working because I'm putting the work in. And it takes time to build, right? So I'm doing lots of things. I'm putting those TikTok videos in my reels. I don't know if anyone's watching them, right? I'm on Instagram. Was not really on Instagram when I started this, but one of my leaders was like, you need to be on Instagram. You need to be adding people on Instagram, posting on Instagram. And I was like, okay. And so I started doing it. I was doing all the things. I even think I did a few parties, okay? And parties are like not my thing either. And I was barely ever home. I do all the things and I put more effort into the things I know are working for me. Once you figure out what's working for you, put more into that. But when you're dipping your hand into all these different places, that means that all these different people are seeing all your stuff. You're just expanding your network. And that's what we do, you guys. That's how you sign more people, customers or distributors. You just do more of the things. And granted, I know that life is different seasons, right? Different seasons of life. When I first started this, I couldn't be on my phone as much as I can now because I was in the car and I was working full time. So it was more like 6 or 7 o'clock to like 8 or 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. Like it was more nighttime that I could really be on my phone, right? And my husband was working at night, and days that he didn't, he would come and like say good night to me. Good night, babe. And he'd go out in the living room because he's at night out because he would work at night. And then he would come in to go to the bathroom and he'd see this little light like under the blanket and he'd be like, why are you still on your phone? And I'm like, just got some people, got a message. Okay, it's fine. And so it's just doing all the things. There's really there's no secret. Having a story doesn't mean you're going to sign more people. Trust me. I know people in a higher level than all of you are at that aren't signing that many people. And there are people at lower levels that are signing probably more than me. Like it's really just you believing that people need to join you. And I know that you might not have all the confidence because I did not. I had to grow into the person I am. So keep growing, keep putting the work into the YouTube videos or the podcasts or the leadership books or whatever works for you. Keep doing more of that every day, even if it's just in the car on the way to work or putting like one of those Bluetooth headphones in. I do that. I'll put one in and like go clean. If maybe it's doing that, and every single day you have to be building and growing yourself. If you want to get more muscle, what do? You just lift weights, right? You just consistently every day you lift weights. Your brain is the same thing. You want to grow your belief and grow your vision and grow your brain. Listen to all the things that are going to grow your brain. If other people have more belief than you, cool. Go listen to them and steal some of their belief. It'll grow. I promise you it'll grow. If mine can grow, you guys, and yours can grow. I trust me. I was not the dreamer. My husband's the dreamer, and he's like millionaire, and I'm like, okay, this is what my salary is right now, so this is where we're at. Like I can't see beyond that. It took me a while. Asking people doesn't really matter what you say. Honestly, just be you. If you don't say hey girl, then don't say hey girl. I don't say hey girl. It's just not my thing. Okay. Say whatever makes sense to you. Try things. Ask more people, right? I think I've said this like a million times, but I was at an Orlando event and Pam Souter was like, if you stood on the corner and you had like 10 of your little papers to hand out to people about your business and you handed all 10 out, like how many people would join? Probably none of them. But what if you had like 2,000 of those little pieces of paper and handed all of them out? Do you think you'd get someone? Probably. Okay. It's fine. It's okay to get the no's. Just expect them. The book Go for No, read the book Go for No. If no's offend you, read the book Go for No. My gosh, I don't know how many times I got told no today on Instagram, and I haven't even looked at those messages yet. I'll look at them later. When I'm in a good mindset, I'll go back and look at them and respond to them. Honestly, that's what I do. I'm like, I'm just gonna send them all out. I'll look at them later. I don't know. I don't know what other. You guys have questions? What else can I say? I know like last year around this time when they had that leadership retreat, they had all the people that went to like, it was like top 20, top 25 leadership retreat. They had them all get on a Zoom. And the one that stood out to me the most was Claire Flores, because she's like, people ask me all the time, like, what is the number one thing that I can do to be where you're at? And she's like, I know that you guys are looking for me to like tell you some special script or tell you like some special thing, but it's this. It's you just believing that you can do it. It's you just believing that people like need to be here with you. And if you're like yellow and or like you want to help people, think of how many people that you can help. I don't care where you're at or how long you've been there. What if the next person that comes on your team goes diamond in a month? They're in our team pages. I mean, you don't have to really do anything. You just, here's the team page. You know what I mean? Like there are people that just will do it. That was that person. I was like, just give me the information and I'll just figure it out myself. It's fine. I don't need you to like be handing it all to me. And so what if the next person that you bring on goes diamond in a month and it completely changes their life? You know? So it's just going to take signing the people and just knowing that you're going to find the people that really want to be here with you, but you have to have that mindset too. Something else I do every morning is something just for my brain. So like usually it's coming and reading. I just made a 2021 goal board. So I'll read that. And then I try to do a lot of like gratitude. I know Lori's been doing gratitude like the last 2 months, especially in the middle of the night. This works really well because I'll wake up in the middle of the night and just have anxiety. I don't know if it's just pregnancy, if it's just my brain, I don't know. But I will just lay there and I'm like, okay, thinking about these thoughts that aren't real thoughts, right? So maybe you're thinking like, oh my gosh, what if I can't go diamond? What if I can't go ruby? Okay, let's think about what if I can't go ruby, or what if no one wants to join my team, or what if I go ask 5 million people and none of them want to do this, or all those things. It's like what if things. None of those are real though. You're like stressing over things that aren't even real, right? And so I'll just kind of say to myself, okay, is this true? Is it true that no one wants to join my team? Because even I will have times, you guys. I mean, even I will have times where I'm like, oh my gosh, no one wants to join me. Like, I don't know, maybe hormonal or something. I don't know. And so I'll just say, is that true? Have I talked to every single person in every country that we're in? No. Okay. So no, it's not true. And so you kind of just have to talk yourself out of that and just say, okay, God, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that you gave me 10 new distributors this month. I didn't sign 10 distributors this month. Okay. I'm telling God what I want. Like, I'm so thankful that you doubled my paycheck from last month. I'm so thankful that all the people that you're bringing to me just are so hyped and so excited about where we're going. I'm so excited that all my new distributors are getting their 6 customers on their own and they're just so incredible. Like, tell yourself what you want. If you never know what you want, then how are you ever going to get it? You're just sitting there waiting around, and you're just going to be sitting there next year this time waiting in the same spot if you don't get a moving and you don't get to changing and growing, because we are not meant to stay in the same place, right? A child doesn't just stay a non-talking, non-walking child. They evolve and they grow and they talk and they walk and they have thoughts and they learn. That's how we are. I don't care that you're an adult now, you still grow, right? That's why we're here. And you're not even the person now that probably God, I mean, you're amazing now, but you're probably not even the person that God put you on the earth to be. You're still evolving into that person. So grow, keep growing and keep doing the things and keep telling yourself every day. It's like you have to completely just change your mindset. It's crazy. I've had to completely change the person that I was into this amazing person that I feel like am now, right? And I would have never even said that about myself back then. That's where we were at. So I don't know. What else? What else shall I say? I don't know.
Did you see the question from Lindsay? How do your combos go with your potentials when you sign them? Did you go over that?
I am very short about my conversations. So I do have a potential distributor video that I made for myself. You can make your own. You don't have to be any rank. You could literally just make your own. I know I've posted it in the team page, but I tell them really quickly about what I do. I can put it on the team page so that I'm not like wasting time trying to figure out how to put it in the chat right now. But I'll read it to you guys. Hold on. So this is just, I don't know, this is just where I honestly stole like everything that I do from other people and just put it together in my own words. So I just tell people I'm a top rep for a health and beauty company, work mostly off social media, started this part-time 6 years ago to pay down student loan debt, and now I do this full-time. So in that part, you could just say, I'm a rep for a health and beauty company, health and wellness company. I'm running for Diamond. I'm running for the level of Diamond, which is about $2,000 a month this month. And I'm so excited. I don't care if you just started right now. Most likely you're running for Diamond, right? That's what I would tell everyone. I didn't say like, well, right now I'm just a distributor level. I'd be like, I'm running for Diamond. I think I saw it from Ashley Sinclair. So just tell everyone that you're going for Diamond every single month until you get there, okay? All I do is post about the all natural products and business, interact with people that are interested. What most people are familiar with is companies where you have to buy a bunch of products and sell out of your house. We don't have that. You get a website that's already set up for you. When someone's interested, they go to your website, purchase, company ships it directly to them. Our team is amazing, blah, 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 blah. I added something in from Montana in here. I'll put this in the page. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? So I just give them like a simple breakdown. And then they're like, yeah, that sounds like something I'd be interested in, or no, whatever. And then I send them my video. So most likely like your upline or someone has a video, or you make one yourself. I'll put mine in the page so you can like literally just copy it and just tell your own story. And in the video, I tell them about the $99. So they already know. They like know it all. They know everything they're supposed to do, how much it costs, all the things. Because I was just like, honestly, just tired of explaining it. So I explained it in the video. And then that's it. And then they come back and see they're like, okay, I have the money. I don't have the money. I'm still nervous, whatever the issue is. And then I get them signed up. I keep it so simple. It's made my signups so fast. So I'm not trying to like go back and forth and have like a 12-day long conversation with them. I'm like, it's you either do you want it or not? Like, what's the deal? So that's what I do. That's my simple steps. So I'll put that in the Millionaire Mindset page so you guys have it. Again. What else?
Hey,
Okay.
I love that last thing because I'm always been really, really big on that, and I need to get back to it, Jackie. I hate when people message me and they just beat around the bush and try to be my friend when I know they really have like a hidden agenda.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't want to be your fake friend. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
So I'm a red. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, just tell me what you're messaging me about so we can get down to it. And if I want to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm the one that asked my sponsor, like, hey, is there a business behind this? Like, why haven't you asked me to join? So I might just be a little bit different. But also realize that there are Jackies out there that take 6 months, but there's Lori's too that are waiting for you to ask,
Yep.
or they're going to look for somebody that asked them.
Yep.
And so if you're not bold enough, then you're not going to have bold people on your team. So you have to think about that. Like, what kind of team do you want? And then start like showing up as that person.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's just no way that I would be able to build relationships with enough people to message 50 people, new people a day. Once they say yes, sure, you're my new best friend. Like once they're interested, like come on, come be my friend. Or just
And
I'm
Stephanie's laughing in the chat, but it's so true. It's like, good grief, like, I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
And
I,
and it's
I
such abundance too, isn't it? Because if
yeah.
you think about it, and I heard Jade say in a video the other day, and I don't I'm gonna explain and then whatever. But she was like, I don't even really have time to follow up because I'm talking to so many new people. We should follow up. Don't take that as don't follow up. I still follow up. But do you know what I mean? She has so many new people that she is talking to that she doesn't even have time. And when I'm doing like when I was like in the host to post zone, that's true. It's so true. I almost don't even have time to follow up because I have too many new people that want more information. I mean, that's abundance, you guys. That is a blessing. When they are ready, like they will definitely come. Um, but gosh, like think abundance, think huge. And that's why like these girls are just finding. I mean, I know Stephanie had a video blow up on TikTok. She's like a little TikTok inspiration, and she's just signing all these people, and all these people want more information, and she doesn't even have time to like answer all of them. Don't you want that? Wouldn't it be awesome to be overwhelmed with so many people than like be sitting around like where are all the people at?
And don't you think that people wanting to join your team want you to be more like that? They don't want you to be so readily available to answer every dang question that they have.
Right.
I mean, think about that, because if you are, it makes you look desperate to some degree.
Yeah.
If you're there at their beck and call
Yeah.
every time they ding or the messenger comes through, that you're there to answer them. If you wait just a moment, and I think there's a healthy balance of like quick follow up, you know what I mean? But don't be at their beck and call. If they're not ready to make a decision, then I'm not ready to sit here and try to push you to make the decision. Like, are you ready to make money? Are you ready? Are you not? Like,
Yeah.
that should be a pretty simple
Yeah.
answer. And if they're
Gone
not,
back to,
then move on and
yeah,
message 50 more,
I've gone
because
back
I
to,
guarantee you that 101st one will be ready.
yeah, you just have to have this mindset of like, I don't have time for someone that isn't ready.
Yep.
In a nice way,
Yep.
because I've been messaging all these people from Instagram. I love messaging on Instagram. I don't know. I think it's so easy and so quick. Like I can get so many out so fast. And there are these people that I messaged a long time ago. And back then it was like, oh, well, I'll keep them around because maybe they'll want to join, which, you know what, it's fine. But right now I'm like, if they've said like, no, not no, I don't have time, but like, and they're like, no, I'm not interested. I'm unfollowing them. They're still following me, but I'm unfollowing them because I don't have time for that. I just don't have time. I have too many people to message. And so I'm just like,
Yep.
you can follow me, but it's fine. So yeah, it's like that. You don't want to be desperate because you're not desperate. There are millions of people out there, you guys. There are millions of people. If all these people can sign like however many people they're signing, like there's enough for all of you. And you just have to believe that. And you just have to put the work in to get there, because they don't just fall. They're not just falling in Cheyenne Knox's lap. I promise you that. That girl works so hard.
Yes.
They're not just falling in her lap. Okay. Just because she's pretty and cool.
And you look at any top enroller or top income earner right now, it's not because they're sitting back and waiting people to come to them. It doesn't happen that way. You got to get out there and you got to message and you got to hustle and you got to be out there asking.
Yep. Gotta step out of your comfort zone. I'm doing
I know.
TikTok, guys.
Yeah, for sure. I know I told you I wasn't going to like question back and forth, but I had a couple
Fine.
of things. And I was just like, I had to say them. But I really love that you said the Instagram thing because it's my favorite place to message for distributors too. Because I kind of feel like when people have Instagram and they're on their game with Instagram, and this might be kind of biased, but I feel like they kind of already get the stories and they get more of the social media aspect of as an influencer.
Yeah.
So it's going to be easier to teach them,
Yeah.
some of those things that we take for granted that we know and assume other people know that have been on Facebook as their main platform. But I feel like people on Instagram are a little more forgiving or a little bit more like, even if they don't want to join you, like, I get all the time people will message me back and they'll say, I'm not interested, but I'm so proud of your hustle. Like, keep it up. And
Yeah.
I think that's how we should be too. People reach out to us, hey, thanks so much. I'm doing my thing. I'm glad we can link arms together. But not interested, but keep hustling.
Yep.
Like, never ever, come back to somebody and say, why did you message me?
Right.
Because it goes back to what you talked about in the Zoom earlier about how none of this used to be online. Everything used to be face to face. Well, it's a whole new world now.
Yeah.
And I would cold call, cold message people face to face all the time at an expo, at Target, in the line checking out.
Waitress.
Yeah, a waitress. So that's called networking. So cold messaging, if you feel like, oh gosh, that's not for me, rethink it, and do something that's comfortable for you. But cold messaging is not a bad thing. Cold messaging allows you to be able to grow your network, and it really helps you define your network, your avatar, so to speak. So if you get people that are offended, you don't want them in your network anyway.
It
Like if
helps
they're
you
getting
clear it
offended,
out.
yeah, clear it out. Like you're just narrowing down your focus on who you want to be on your team.
Yeah.
So those no's, although it can be hard sometimes, like Jackie said, so you just got to wait for the right mindset. Like if I see no's come through on my Instagram, I don't go right back to them. You know what I mean? Like I just keep putting my messages out. And then at the end of the day, or if I feel like, oh, I've got a little bit of boost of good mindset energy, then I go and just say, no problems, but if you change your mind, I'm here. Follow me on Facebook. Let's connect there. So that way, if I can get them on all different platforms, then they're going to say, oh, this girl's still in it in 3 to 6, 9 months. Wow, how long has she been doing this? It wasn't just a cold message. She's really serious about what she's doing.
And when you kill them with kindness and let them go, they're kind of like, oh, you're not trying to pull me back in. Like you're not
Yep.
trying to like get me, convince me. Like, no, I don't have time for that. And then
Yep.
they're like, oh, well then if I don't have to do that to other people, maybe I do want to join. Like they see that.
Yep.
They see that.
That's a great point because a lot of times I'll take it away from them. If they say, oh no, I say, oh, okay, well, it's probably not for you. And when I say that, they're like, what do you mean it's not for me? Tell me more. I'm like, for real. So again, it's like this dynamic of pushing and pulling kind of.
Yeah.
So there was a question in here, and I don't want to take your whole night up
Yeah.
going through some of these, but Carrie, yeah, I have found that with Facebook too. And usually the people that are rude and nasty are the ones that are sharing posts and recipes 24/7. You don't want them in your network anyway. So if they're rude and nasty, just delete and move on. I mean, it doesn't feel good. It never feels good, right, Jackie? It doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, we've
I
had these
mean,
conversations behind the scenes of like, all right, like I think I just have to take a pause for the rest of the day,
yeah.
But take a pause for 5 minutes and realize that they don't pay your bills. They
Yeah.
don't live your life. They don't dream your dreams.
There's probably something going on, like not that it makes them it okay, but there's probably something going on in their life that when you're in a bad place, I feel like all of us probably have been here at one point in our lives. I know I have been. When I'm in a bad place, like I just like want to pull everyone with me, right? You just like want to pull everyone down, like gossip and like all that stuff. Like you just want to pull everyone with you, and you just can't let them because there's something going on in their life and it doesn't affect you. It's not about you, it's about them, whatever's going on. So you just be like, I just try to kill them with kindness. And I'm like, I hope that you have an incredible rest of your year. Bye.
Yeah.
you know?
That's all you can do. And you probably have heard about this because we talked about it at a conference a couple years back, that the crabs in the bucket analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a crab in a bucket. So what crabs do in a bucket, if one, you put a bucket full of crabs, one starts crawling up to the top of the bucket, they will grab it and pull it down. Don't be that crab. Like when people rise up, push them up, help them up. You know what I mean? Don't pull them down.
Yeah.
So if you're having a bad day, don't go pull somebody else down because you're having a bad day. And just know what Jackie said is so true. If
Yeah.
if that's what they're doing, it's probably because they are having a moment. I mean, who hasn't had a moment in 2020? I've been having a moment for the last couple of weeks. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's real life. It is what it is.
And we talk about this stuff all the time. You have to realize, like, we're always talking about this. So we are telling each other that this is how it is, but other people don't have that. I've never had anyone being like, oh, they're mean to you because because there's something going on with their life. Like, I never had anyone tell me that. They're just like, oh yeah, they're mean. Like, it's so you just have to realize, like, we're in a different place and just like let it go, realize it's not about you. It's whatever's going on with them. Um,
I
Amy,
think
Amy
yeah,
asked how long the video is. I'll put it in the page so you can look at it. It's not like that short, but I don't know. It works for me, so whatever. Amanda asked the best way to organize who you've messaged when you're messaging that many people. So I don't write down everyone that I'm messaging, but what I do, I know Michaela taught me how to find the alphabetical order of your friends list, which was very smart because I didn't know how to do that. So you could either go through your friends list on Facebook alphabetically, because then you know where you've stopped, right? So that's an easy way. I make it kind of hard on myself, but whatever. On Instagram, well, because I have so many people that I have followers on Instagram, I literally scroll down to the beginning of my followers on Instagram and just start messaging up. And because what I love about Instagram is that I can go, like 3 photos really quick, send them a message, move on to the next person. Like, I can crank them out so fast. So I kind of prefer it, but it's fine. I still message on Facebook too. I just like it faster. So, oh, and if someone says yes, more information or whatever, then, or maybe next month or whatever, something that like they're actually interested, then I write them down for sure. Write them down so that you have them.
one thing on Instagram too, if you have like a creator account or a social influencer account, like if you change it, it's not really a business account, but a creator account, you can actually flag messages.
Yeah. Something was going on with mine and I changed it back, but I haven't changed it back yet. But
Yeah. And you can kind of play with it back and forth, but yeah.
So on Instagram, I've started going through not who I'm following, but who's following me, because then it will tell me if I'm following them. It has like a little blue thing that says following or not. And so I can see. So I know these people are following me. And then if it's someone that, like, I don't know, maybe they followed me, but I just maybe didn't see them. So I didn't follow them back. I can decide if I want to follow them back at that point. But yeah, and I'm going through it. Some of these people, I mean, I've been not doing this for a long time. So some of these people haven't posted since like 2018, 2019. If they haven't posted since like August, I just, unfollow them because they're just not active. Like, we want to keep our followers on Instagram low so that we can continue to build it up. So I'm just like, unfollow. So that's that. But yeah.
So someone asked real quick on how to sort your friends alphabetically. I thought I knew how to do it on my phone. I know how to do it on my computer, but
Michaela, yeah,
the only thing I
Michaela
know how to do on my phone is like default to newest friends or oldest friends.
So Michaela said it, but you just go to your actual profile, like
Oh,
not your,
yep.
so like your real profile on Facebook, right? So like, here's my profile, and then scroll down and go to friends, and
Yep.
yeah, then it's all alphabetical. I didn't
There
know
you
that
go.
until the other week when
Yeah.
she told me. But yeah, it's just getting out there, you guys. If you want to do all the things, but like, I'm trying TikTok, doing just 2 videos a day. I just find simple ones, you guys. I don't dance, like, go follow me or whatever, or look at what I'm doing, but I just do like super easy ones where I can basically just be sitting here and pointing, like, that's it. Just doing all the things, just trying to put myself out there as much as possible, because I know that eventually I'm going to hit people that are going to want it. And something else that I read in the You Are a Badass book, which I kind of want to reread that book. It was really good, but she was talking about how it really doesn't matter. Like, not that it doesn't matter what you're doing. It matters, like, make sure that you're doing the right things to build your business. But like I said, I've messaged 50 new people every single day this month, and not any of those people have signed yet. But it doesn't, like, it maybe none of those people will sign, but because I'm putting in that work and like telling the universe, God, whatever you believe in, like making my vibration higher, that's what she talks about in the book, it's going to happen. And it might not be any of those people. It might be other people. And it seems like it magically all of a sudden people like come out of nowhere, but it's not magic. It's because you're putting the work in. It's not going to happen how you think it's going to happen. We're always like, how is it going to happen? There's no way that you will know that ever, right? Just do the work, know what you need to do and why you're doing it, and the how will just happen. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, my TikTok. I don't know what my TikTok is. See, I don't even know what I'm doing. TikTok. My TikTok. I think it's the same. Jackie R. Wilson. The little at symbol and then Jackie R. Wilson. They're not that amazing, y'all, but it's fine.
I think you're amazing.
I just try to keep it simple and I only have so much time in the day, you know what I mean? And I put my phone down from probably 4:30 until literally before I got on this call. Just put my phone down and hung with my family, you know? So I'm just trying to like really just be wise about when I'm working and what I'm doing, and just really being in the zone. And that way I can make the priorities that are a priority in my life like happen, like hanging out with my family and having that time and whatnot. So be intentional. If you need to turn your notifications off, I've had them off for over 6 years now on my phone. None of them are on because they're way too distracting for me. So I just don't have them on. When I get to you, I get to you. So
I will say not having your notifications on can be like a freeing experience of like, whoa, I'm not on my phone as much. And then you're like, wait, it's because I haven't picked up my phone. So
yeah.
make sure if you do turn your notifications off that you stay disciplined with follow-up hours.
Yeah. Maybe at first, like set alarms so that
Yeah.
you remember to go back in there.
Yeah. Because when you're doing host to post, you're not getting back to people. That could be potentially not good.
Yeah. And I usually set like a specific time. I don't know. I felt like when people put a host to post kind of more in the evening, that I get a better response just personally. I don't know. Maybe it's just my belief. And so I kind of just like, my husband knows like I like a set like hour where I'm like, okay, this is my host to post hour. And I'm just going to send out my host to post messages, get them up. I'm like, this is my host to post time. My son even knows what host to post is. So just like having those little set, maybe it's a half an hour, whatever you got. And just like making that time. I know Jade Hooper says she does it right before bed, like super late, but she doesn't put them up then. She doesn't answer anyone, even if they message her back, until the next morning. And then she'll start to message everyone back and give that, so that during the day she's getting them up. So,
and that's the best feeling ever, because if you're doing those 50 messages like we did the challenge for, or you're doing like Jade does, then you wake up to an inbox full. Nothing feels better.
Yeah.
You know, because then you're productive when you can be productive through the morning and through the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels awesome. I'm like, all these people, even if they're like some of our knows, like whatever, it's still cool.
Yep.
Yeah, Montana's TikTok account was really good too. I steal a lot of hers because there's not any dancing.
You don't have to have talent for TikTok.
You don't.
Don't be like comparing yourself to like Charlie D'Amelio or whatever, whoever that is. Like,
no offense, she's great. I'm very supportive. But like, if you ever watch her videos, I mean, it's like a 2-second video where she's just like, and she gets like 5 million views. Like,
you know. And
so
now she has a Dunkin' drink or whatever.
Yeah, it's not like anything you don't have to do anything crazy. I overthought it. That's kind of why I hopped off TikTok, honestly, is because I was like, I have to plan them out. They have to be a certain way. And now I'm just like, whatever. I'm just going to point around. I can like semi lip sync or whatever to videos. Like that's all I do, or like lip sync ones and like pointing to stuff, pointing around me. That's it. So.
Okay, something I got to say that I thought about. And then again, I feel like I'm prolonging your Zoom tonight, but I went back, it was a year, it's been a year ago, every bit of a year ago, but every year at the end of the year, I do like a full report of like how many distributors I signed, how many little customers I signed, so I can look at year over year over year. And so I was looking, you know, this will be my 9th year, so looking year over year over year. And so it was last year, I pulled all these up, and Jackie, what's crazy, my momentum years that like I just skyrocketed. My momentum was crazy, enrollments were crazy. I've always been really steady. But my teams in general was like rocking and rolling momentum. I signed most of my distributors that rocked it out in the evening. And I was like, because it even shows you in your eSuite, if you go and you pull this report, it will show you the time that you signed the distributor. And I went back and I looked, and some of those were like at midnight. Some of them were like 1 o'clock in the morning, which I know a lot of you are like, whatever. But that's when I had little kids, and I can remember that. Like in the very beginning of my business, that's when I worked, was in the wee hours of the morning and at nap time. And that's when I signed most of my rock stars. And I think I give that credit to those were the women mainly, not just all women, but most of the men came in because their husbands and then their friends came in. So my market was not men at the very beginning. It was other women like me that were stay-at-home moms or struggling that wanted to be home with their kids. And I credit that to, I think people were tired. They were up at night looking for something different. They were tired in the rat race, or they were tired in their like suck hole, and they wanted something different. And so I would challenge you, I don't know how long you've been in, to go back and look at your enrollments, month over month or quarter over quarter or year over year, and just look at that and look at the times. Where's that magic spot for you? And then I thought to myself, okay, that year I decided to switch it up. And I decided to work 2 hours during the day and 2 hours in the evening. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to make sure that, okay, I'm getting all my managerial stuff done. When you are more in leadership, you have a lot more kind of responsibility of teams and coaching and things like that. But you have to keep your recruiting up too. And so for me, it was all about making sure I was hitting that sweet spot of people that were needing and wanting to change. So I think something is said for that would be a good thing for people to go back and look and see when you're recruiting, what times you're recruiting, and who really took off during those times. And I'm not green.
I like it.
I'm not green at all, but I was like, I want to make more money. How am I going to do that? I'm going to go back and find where those sweet spots were.
People are asking what report is it? The genealogy report?
It's your downline activity report, I believe. I'll double check it, but I think it's your downline activity report, and you change it to the date and put your distributor number in only, or you can pull it up for your entire team. I do reports like that too, just to see who my overall like recruiters were for that year.
I need to do that.
And you just have to export it to an Excel file and then kind of play with it a little bit to organize it.
Actually meant to look up how many people or how many distributors I've signed this year, just to compare. But
yeah. Or if you're having a moment too, where you're like, okay, nobody wants to join my team. And you're like, man, I just signed 120 people this year. Like,
yep.
No, that's not true. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's about finding the right people. And it is about the power of duplication. So, it was said before in the chat, like, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. How do you go Ruby? One distributor, one little customer, one order at a time. How do you go Diamond? Well, it's just one Ruby at a time. How do you go Ambassador? It's one Ruby at a time. And really all you need is 3 people. 3 people, 3 legs to get you there. That's it. You have 3 people that are super focused, that want to change. They're going to find other people that want that very same thing. That momentum happens. Is the power of duplication.
Love. It's
okay.
Okay, friends. Yeah. Well, while we're talking about signing distributors, I will just say something that I feel like I dropped the ball on this year because I was signing so many people is just making sure that you're having like those relationships with your distributors. That's so important. Even just like saying, hi, how are you feeling? How are you? With the people that you sign up, because they have life going on too. And they're going to go through all the same emotions that you went through, right? I've been through times where I'm like, nothing's happening. They're going to come to you with that and it's okay. And you're just going to be like, don't worry, I've been through it too, right? The more that you go through in this business, the better that you can train your team because you can relate to them. You've already been through it. I felt all the things. So no matter what someone comes to me with, I'm like, yep, been there. Like, it's okay. We keep going. So anyway, that's kind of all we got, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. It's fun.
Thanks, Jackie. Appreciate it. I keep looking at you over there and seeing my name.
That's because I'm going to be Ambassador Diamond soon.
That's right. You are. You absolutely are. Future Ambassador Diamond.
It says it right up here. I actually have a picture. I met Mark. The only time I've ever met Mark and taken a picture with him, he was in Orlando at the Latino launch. I don't even know how long ago that was.
Oh my gosh.
Here because it was like the first Latino launch. It was just like an event, you guys. It wasn't and it was a small event. And so we could take pictures with him. And so I have a picture of me and Mark. One day I'm going to show it to him and be like, you don't remember this, but here we are.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Every day, keep speaking what you want. Keep speaking that someone's going to join your team that day. Keep speaking the types of people that you want on your team. Hardworking, loyal, excited people are joining my team this month. Tell the universe what you want. Be specific. Be as specific as you can about not just who you want to be, but who you want on your team. You don't just want anyone. You want the people that are going to really want this. And you're going to sign people that are going to not do anything with it. Of course, that's going to happen. But majority, will have those traits because you're going to manifest it. So that's what we got. We're going for this, right? 2021. But we're going to start now. We're going to pretend like today, like this is like January 1st right now, even though I know some huge things are coming out on December 29th. Today is January 1st. Congratulations. You've made it to 2021. We'll just pretend. And you're going to start working now like it is like the year that you're just going to go to ambassador in a year, because we've had so many ambassadors on the Millionaire Mindset page right now that have gone ambassador in 1 year, you guys. If they can do it, I promise all of you guys can too. But you just have to be consistent and put the work in and do the things and ask all the people and just touch as many people as you can and let them know what you have your hands on. Don't care what they tell you, just let them know. Okay, you're going to go inform them all. Okay, that's what we got.
Thanks, Jackie. Love
Happy
it.
2021. Okay. Bye, guys.